We're back in Studio K with Ryan Gebhardt and the band. How you guys feeling after that performance?
Feeling good.
That's
you guys
great.
Made it sound good in here.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Awesome. First things first, I want you to introduce yourself, and then your bandmates can introduce themselves and their instruments in the band.
Sure. Yeah, so I'm Ryan Gebhardt. I play guitar and sing.
I'm Henry Ingber. I play bass and sing a little bit.
Willie, playing guitar.
Andrew Slatton, he/him, drums.
Very nice. Awesome. Great. Well, let's get right into what we just heard from you guys. A lot of that was off of a recent record that you released this year, correct? Cooking for One, right? The first song, For You to Keep, right? Then we had Close to Home, and then Lemon Farm, which was a single from, when was that from, 2020?
That was the first EP. That was actually the first single ever for this
Oh, really?
iteration of
Okay.
my stuff. Yeah.
Very cool. And then we ended things off with Cooking for One.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I kind of want to focus on first the Lemon Farm song. I'm very intrigued by the lyrics in that one.
Sure.
What is the Lemon Farm and why are you singing about it?
It was a family trip. My brother was studying in Argentina when I was in high school, he was in high school, or I was in high school. He was in college, and we visited for Thanksgiving one year.
Yeah.
And yeah, we went to the person that put on like his whole program.
Yeah.
We went to his Lemon Farm bed and breakfast place and
Wow.
just hung out. So that's kind of where that came from.
Okay, makes sense that it's in
Yeah.
Argentina too, because you talk about the November sun.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like,
And
that's-
then Uruguay, we took a ferry over. That's
Oh,
in
right.
there. That's in there too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Awesome. And so did you write that song like soon after going there? Or
No. So there's a lyric in the bridge that's 11 years ago. It was 11 years ago when I was writing that one. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, there's a lyric about a car crash on the news. It was Tiger Woods got into a car crash, and that was the whole start of the Tiger Woods debacle.
Wow.
That was the car crash. I don't think they knew about that, but
Wow.
yeah.
So there's a Tiger Woods Easter egg in that song.
yeah. Now everyone knows about it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Really cool. Okay, cool. So you were talking about like this iteration of the band.
Yeah. Sure.
When did you guys come together?
So, under like the Ryan Gebhardt name, I started playing with these two last year for that project, but I go further back with them. We played in a band called Stanley
Right.
before this. That started in 2017 when I first moved out here.
Right.
And met them through a mutual friend named Cam. Shout out to Cam. Sweet Cam. And then last year we did a couple gigs as a trio.
Cool.
And Andrew joined us recently, I think a couple months ago. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just prepping for that. We were chatting about that opening gig for Luke at Ice House. Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. And so you're originally from New York. How did you find your way to the cities?
Yeah, so my fiance actually grew up here and I came out with her, kind of moved out here right after college.
Cool.
And her family's from the area.
Very cool. And had you been playing music over in New York as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I started recording that project Stanley my senior year of college, outside of Boston where I went to school.
Yeah.
And had a number of other kind of projects in that time back then. Yeah.
And so did you go to school for music?
No.
Oh, okay.
I took a lot of music classes,
Yeah.
music history classes, but I didn't go to school for music. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I know that you play some other instruments as well, right?
Sure.
You play drums and a little bit of keys. too.
Yeah. I don't know how much I play the drums, but I can
Okay.
get
I've seen
by.
videos online. You're pretty good.
I can play to a metronome. That's about it. Play drums and occasionally do kind of all the instruments on some of the recordings.
Yeah, cool. And so tell me about the shift from Stanley to going by your own name.
Yeah.
Was it like a sound shift that you were trying to delineate, or what? Why did that come about?
So I started this Ryan project during the pandemic, like right at the beginning of the pandemic,
Right.
because we couldn't play.
Mm-hmm.
And there was definitely like a folk centric idea with it, as opposed to Stanley, which is a little bit more complicated chord structures and
some Rhodes
rhythmic stuff.
some tones in it. Yeah.
But this was definitely kind of, I wanted to focus on lyrics and very kind of simple arrangements and that sort of thing.
Okay.
But I feel like it's a pendulum because now I'm like, I want to record 19 instruments on a song.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know,
Right.
go back and forth.
Right. Totally.
Yeah.
That's what being an artist is all about, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. So tell me about your time in the pandemic. How did you kind of keep up the momentum of your music during that time?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. It's hard to think about like what I was doing daily. I feel like I was
Right.
playing a lot of guitar just generally, like
Mhm.
learning random songs,
Yeah.
and trying to get my chops up for when everything came back together.
Yeah.
But I never get an opportunity to show my chops because I play acoustic strummy chords all the time. No.
Sending me hundreds of voice memos.
Yeah, I send a lot of voice memos.
Check out this
I'm-
bridge.
I'm about to break like 3,000. That might not be that many, but
That's a lot. Do you at least like name them, or are they all just
not if one gets to a point where I'm like, this is a full song, I write a little name.
Okay.
And then today, literally this morning, I was like, I should probably put these in folders sometimes. So I made a folder of like ones that are ideas that have a full structure, and I just drop them into this folder.
Cool.
But then there's a million of the same song like over and over again that I
Yeah.
send Henry every iteration of. And he kindly never gets back to me. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, your question. During the pandemic, I don't know. I just kept recording. I always liked recording on tape, and I had this 424 Tascam cassette recorder, and I
Cool.
was messing around with that a lot right before the pandemic for a project with my friend Ben called Astro Heart.
Yeah.
And I just kind of kept sticking with that and working on songs on that thing, and it's very nice. I love tape because it's just like it limits what you can do, so you have to make kind of quicker decisions, which I like a lot. But yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
And that side project that you're talking about, do you still work on that? Was it Astro Heart? Is that
Astro Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my friend Ben Astrakhan. He has music
Okay.
under Astrakhan, his last name. Really awesome stuff.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about really putting anything new out there. He's in Chicago. But yeah, we did that one LP, and that was it for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm curious about your songwriting process. Seems like you send a lot of your ideas to Henry. But are you guys like songwriting? Are you like a songwriting duo, or do you kind of come up with most
No,
of the
I
stuff?
pretty much write. Henry definitely writes a lot of music, but
Yeah.
for like this project, I pretty much write the whole
Okay.
thing. There's like a network of people that I know write music that I send music to all the time just to get notes from. Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Do you have a favorite place that you like to write in, by chance?
Bathroom. No.
The bathroom.
I think I recently I just put out an EP of these shorter songs, and that was all at the piano. I recently acquired an upright in my apartment and have really liked recording and writing songs there. So
Yeah.
that's been good. But it's really anywhere that I'm kind of holding an instrument
Yeah.
type of thing. Yeah.
Totally. Can you remind me the name of that recent release? Is it the Seven?
Seven Little Numbers.
Okay.
Pretty on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. And that's like a 10-minute EP,
Yeah,
right?
I think it's 10 minutes, almost 11 minutes, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's 7 short, like under 2 minutes. Maybe there's one over 2 minutes, but
Right, and they all kind of bleed into each other
Yeah,
too. So,
yeah.
tell me about recording that one. Did you just do it all at once and then you cut it up, or
I did. Let me think. I think most of them I like recorded scratch tracks. So this was all again on that cassette recorder.
okay?
So I did scratch tracks of like vocals and piano and singing, or vocals and singing, obviously, same thing. And then I would play drums to that with a metronome, kind of delete the scratch track and then build onto it. But for the ones that kind of bled into each other, I did them all kind of consecutively.
Cool.
And yeah, that's how they ended up bleeding into each other. It's just like random noise that kind of stuck around as I was doing it.
Cool.
And I think 2 of them I did after the fact, just kind of chop them up digitally to
Oh.
make the transfer nice.
Yeah, awesome. Do you self-produce a lot of the music that you make?
Yeah, pretty much all of the Ryan stuff.
Okay.
And some of the Stanley stuff we've done with John Peters at Future Condo Studio that Henry helped build. I know
Yeah.
you've also been there.
Yes, I have been.
He
Sorry
knows
about
John
that.
Miller. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool guy.
And
Call from John Miller.
yeah. That place is great, and we've
Yeah.
done a lot of stuff there. Still mixed it on my own, the last Stanley album, and then shout out to Adam Tyne, who has done the second Stanley album,
Okay.
as well as a number of singles for that project.
Cool. And when did you acquire those skills to be able to produce?
Oh, I still
your own
don't have
stuff?
them.
Okay.
No,
It's a ongoing learning process.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I like go back and forth in terms of how hi-fi I want it to sound and how like good I want it to sound. Like the 7 Little Numbers is very just like, I don't know. It's not hi-fi at all. It's pretty kind of it's sloppy in some ways, but sometimes I really like that type of thing.
Right. It feels intentional though. Like
yeah,
like that's
yeah,
what you're
and
going for.
that's hopefully
Right.
what comes across. But what else? I don't know. I think just experimenting. I've acquired a lot of gear over the years, tape machines and microphones and outboard gear, and just like experimenting with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. This last week, I went back and kind of reviewed a lot of your projects, and I feel like each individual one has a pretty distinct sound. So are you like always, is that like a conscious thing when you go into making a project that you want to like focus on making one like, cohesive thing? Or?
Yeah. I think that's kind of what gets me excited about.
Okay.
Like I record all the time.
Yeah.
I'm kind of addicted to it, but
well, yeah, you do have a lot of music out.
And I think it's like I'm most happy musically when I'm like writing and recording, like,
Cool.
and then I'm pretty bad at doing this type of stuff and like promoting an album that just came out. I just kind of want to move on because I'm tired of listening to it. Yeah, I think I go into each project definitely thinking about a vibe or like just what, like this last one, Cooking for One, was like I wanted it that country kind of simple song sound. Yeah.
Cool. Are there certain sounds or genres that you've yet to explore that you do want to explore?
Henry and I are going to make an EDM record one of these days. I'm going to produce. I'm going to be the money, and he's going to make the whole thing.
Under Ryan Gebhardt or
No.
under?
It's gonna be under Ryan Gebhardt.
that would be quite the turn of events. Yeah.
No, yeah, I don't know. Not really. Nothing
Okay.
comes to mind.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just let it naturally arise.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I want to ask you about your upcoming show, which is tomorrow at the Turf Club. Do you want to give the details for that?
Yeah, so Turf Club tomorrow, music starts at 8. Lamar starts the night off, and then Claire Doyle, and then Harlow. And then we are last there.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. They all make really great music, so I'm excited to hear their sets.
Yeah, we had Harlow in recently, and I feel like they complement your sound pretty well, especially this most recent stuff that you've released. And so, what will you be playing at the show? Is it?
So those songs you heard will definitely be played. We're doing like a 4-song run of the 7 Little Numbers stuff, kind of rearranged because a lot of that stuff was piano, but I think it sounds pretty cool this way. And then what else? Just older, like the I'd Like to Meet Your Ghosts album stuff, or just one song from that. Yeah, just a random assortment.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Any other shows that you want to alert the public of?
Not right now.
Okay.
We got nothing on the books. A couple things pending, but no other ones.
Awesome. How about any releases?
Not me personally. Well, me personally, but not under Ryan. My friend Austin and I, he's also a Chicago person. He has a project called Smushy. And
I love that name.
we recently, like a couple weeks ago, went up to a cabin up north and recorded 5 songs, 5-song EP.
All in one sitting?
All in one. Written and recorded in 2 days, which was
fantastic.
You can judge if it's good later on, but no, it's I really like it, and I think we're putting like a single out relatively soon by the end of the summer for sure.
Cool.
And that, yeah.
Awesome. Speaking of bands that you've been a part of, I kind of want to go back in time real quick. I forgot to ask you about this, but the band, The Humble Cheaters. Yeah. Was that a New York thing, or was that when you came here? Okay.
So that was a New York thing. Started, I don't know how old I was, probably 19 years old. My cousin Steven plays drums, my friend Eric plays guitar, and my friend Kevin plays bass and keys. And we kind of have had a semi-yearly thing of getting together and doing an album since the past 3 years. We actually, the first time we did it, it was like a retreat at a cabin in upstate New York. I like recording at cabins. It's a lot of fun.
Lock yourself away.
It's very Justin Vernon of me. But we went there the week, I think it was like March 16th of 2020.
Oh,
So
wow.
like everything was shutting down, and we went up there and recorded for like 7 days or something, and then came back, and obviously everything was wildly different. But yeah. So we're doing an album that just came out a couple weeks ago. We're doing a tour in the fall that hits kind of all of our home cities right now. Cleveland, Syracuse, upstate New York, and Brooklyn and St. Paul.
Great.
Yeah. White
Great.
Squirrel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a cute spot.
Yeah, with Story Night, who actually did a session here 5 years ago. And Henry plays bass in that
Cool.
project.
Awesome. I love that name, the Humble Cheaters.
Yeah.
Who came up with that?
It's very polarizing.
Yeah, it is.
Our friend Josh, I think, came up with that. He was like an early on manager type figure.
Okay.
I don't know. Someone was talking about like traveling. I always forget the story. Traveling that summer whenever we were working on this and counting like how many like different beds at hotels they had slept in or something. And they were, this is such a dumb story. They were apparently on like 8, but they said 7. And they're like, you're humbly cheating.
Oh,
And
I see.
that's where it came from. It's
Okay.
really, but no, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
Some people don't like it. Other people really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like an oxymoron. a
Yeah,
little bit, so,
exactly.
Yeah. Love it. All right, cool. I have one last question for you.
Sure.
We're getting to time here. I ask this to all the bands that come through. I want you to build a dream bill for yourself. You get to play on it. You get 3 other acts to play with you,
Whoa,
dead or alive.
that is tough.
It is tough.
I'm gonna regret the answer immediately. I know that too.
You can phone a friend around you if you want, but
Well, can we all do ours?
yeah, totally.
I would 3 others.
You get how about 4 others? You can all pick one. That's on.
Oh, I'll get one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you had a few that you had in mind there.
It's so hard. There are so many. Honestly, like Leonard Cohen or Townes Van Zandt would probably be one of mine.
Nice.
Do you guys want to do this?
You build a bill.
All right. Leonard Cohen, Townes. Do you have any other ideas? I mean, I don't know. These are artists that I've just come back to forever. Like,
Yeah.
Neil Young would be a great bill.
And who's headlining that one?
Neil.
Okay, cool.
He's gonna tear the place down.
Yeah, totally. What is the place? Where are we playing?
Oh. Jones Beach Amphitheater.
Cool.
That is a beautiful, beautiful setting right
Yeah.
on the water. Or Red Rocks. Or the Gorge. One of those 3.
Somewhere outside.
Yeah.
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 All right, let's book it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, great answer. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate
Thank you for
it.
having us.
Yeah,
You guys are
so-
great.
Sounded wonderful.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to kick it back to the DJ booth for some more local music until 5 p.m. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Off the Record, and you are listening to Radio K, Real College Radio.